And as we mentioned at the top of the tape, Arthur's the subject of our trainer interview this month. And here we can see him at work preparing the dinner at the kennels in Kings Langley. Well, Arthur is ably assisted by his son Colin, Colin's wife Karina, and 2 other lads. You can see here John and Michael, who have given the dogs a bit of a going over. Now, before we talk to Arthur, let's look back at his finest hour in dog racing, the 1986 Derby.
And away they go, and quite a level break. Tico showing up with Master Hardy. Up on the inside comes Sunday Express, going around that first bend, and 5 Tico just gets round in front, a bit of bumping behind as well. Tico now 3 lengths clear from Sunday Express. After these comes Master Hardy, being challenged by Fearless Action as they go around the second last bend, but Tico increasing the lead. It looks like 3 lengths now. Tico 3 lengths clear from Sunday Express. He's being pressed all the time as they come off the final bend, and it's Tico drawing further away now. They're bunching up for second. Master Hardy just gets second, but it's Tico who wins emphatically in the end from Master Hardy. Then came the Sunday Express back in third, but it's a 1-2 for Arthur Hitch. Tico and Master Hardy, but Tico very impressive indeed.
Well, Arthur, the 86 Derby, Tico and Master Hardy, one of the high points of your long career in greyhound racing. Now, since 86, tell us what's happened to you.
Well, we've had quite an exciting period, actually. We moved kennels, and we've had a nice kennel up here at the moment. Stands in about 12 acres. We've also won a couple of classics from here, which was quite good. That was, we won the Laurels with Parquet Patch, and we won the Cesars of Witch with Roll of Frame. But we wouldn't mind winning the Derby again.
And of course, when you won with Tico, you were attached to the late lamented Slough, and you then moved to Wimbledon. That's right, isn't it?
Yes.
And how's that move take?
Well, it's financially it helped us all out, and obviously climbing up the ladder in the greyhound world, which incidentally has been very, very good to me.
Would you say that Tico's one of your best dogs you've ever handled?
Well, definitely. You know, you put him in a box and off he went, out and home. It's a marvellous feeling. But we've had a couple come close to him, but not as good as the old boy.
Right, now you're accumulating quite a good string of open races now, and one of them is by Tico, that's Singing Forever, who wasn't quite ready to do it in the Derby, but has since come out with a couple of good performances.
Yes, it's a bit disappointed in the Sussex Cup. And saying that, I had first and second in the final, but we took him there and we thought he would run 5:15 metres, but unfortunately we drew trap 4 in 5 wide runners in the race, and he got badly clobbered around a couple of bends and couldn't quite recover, but we was quite pleased the way he handled the track.
But prior to that, he'd done well in the Way Plastics winner, and then he came back to Wimbledon to go for the the Irish Derby Invitation.
Yes, a bit unfortunate again. He lacked a little bit of early getting round the bend at Wimbledon, but I wasn't actually there. I was at Brighton, but I had good reports, and he's a really nice ground. Always gives 100%, and he's one to definitely watch in the future.
And what are the plans for him?
Well, Colin will be taking 3 over to Ireland next week. That's Singing Forever, and the 2 Parquets that done us very proud at Brighton. And their aim now is the Irish Derby. But I do think later on in the season, I've got a sneaky feeling the dog will stay 700 yards.
Right, Singing Forever you're talking
Yes.
about there, Arthur. Right, we're going on to the Parquets. We've just seen the Sussex Cup final, where of course you got a 1-2 there. Patch beating Pet, would that surprise you?
Not really, not really. We bought Patch as a prospect the back end of last year, and it took a little bit of time to settle down, and obviously now he's doing the business. He's showing early pace, which is obviously in ground racing is one of the main factors, and we're just hoping now he shows his form like he did at Brighton, at Shelbourne Park.
So you'd expect him, I have to admit, to be fair, I actually didn't think he would last out the 5:15.
Yes, well, it's quite funny. He seemed to change his style of running after we put him in the race at Walthamstow. He began to sort of come home very strongly, and he was 3rd in the final, and I think it sort of settled him down. I got a funny feeling myself. He likes to run on grass up the first straight, you know, and shows early pace, so we're looking forward to him running at Shelbourne.
Right, and Pet, I mean, he's run over sixpence before and you brought him back to 4. What's his future after the Irish Derby?
I would have thought that his distance actually is 600 yards. 660, 640 is a little bit too far for him, but obviously when he comes back from Ireland, we'll make some decisions then.
Is it wise, do you think? Well, obviously, you think, because you've done it, to take a dog to 6 bends and then bring him back to 4?
Yeah, but we only done it twice. Well, we had him in the Grand Prix and he made the final and he was second favourite, and of course he was beaten by a very, very good dog, Dempsey's. But we brought him one off Derby night and he did the business for us then. But obviously it hasn't affected him because this year he's won more 4 bends than he's ever won before.
So of the 3 in the Irish Derby, then Pet, Patch and Singing Forever, who do you think has got the most scope to go furthest?
I've got a feeling it's either Patch or Singing Forever. They look as if they're ideal suited to Shelbourne Park, and it's their distance. And well, obviously we're taking Parquet Pet along, semi-finalist last year, finished 3rd. Bit unlucky not to make the final, but who knows, he's such an honest grounder, he could just do it.
That's another good trip for one of your best owners, Jim Vincent.
Yes, exactly, yes. And well, we did win the laurels for him, and the Sussex Cup was a bit of icing on the cake.
Right, now apart from those 3 main dogs in your kennels, who else have you got in the open race scene, Arthur?
Well, we've got a very good bitch, Beloved Visitor, who had a couple of rounds in the Derby, then came into season. She's got some good runs at Limerick and blistering early pace, and also we was a bit unlucky with another bitch in the Derby called Inishlochen. She's the sister to Early Potter, and not being funny or anyway, but I think she's got as much early as Early Potter, and was a little bit unlucky. She came out of the boxes and got turned round straight away and went lame, but we're looking forward to her coming back very shortly.
And what about the hurdlers? You
Well,
had a
we've
good
got
record
some
of
nice
hurdlers.
hurdlers. We've got, obviously, one of them is Towering Alone, who I think a big one's on the cards very shortly for the dog. He's really settling down in the game now and jumping well. And a little bit unlucky at Romford, by all accounts. We was well clear and clumped a hurdle. But I think we've got good things this year.
Now, away from the actual dogs themselves and back to the complex you got here, Arthur. You've done a lot with it since you moved in.
Yes.
Any more further plans to the place?
Well, we're going to obviously have a swimming pool. That's one of the things on the agenda. But we have spent a lot of money here, and everything's been ploughed back into the business for the benefit of the grounds. And I think in the next couple of years it will show dividends.
Swimming pool, obviously, for treating injuries and exercising.
Exactly. Mm.
And what other therapy machines do you have here?
We have laser. We have the ultrasound, and we've had the acupuncture machine. Most of it is done by our kennel staff here, but obviously swimming is a great healer for grounds. It's you know, yourself, if you swim, you use every muscle in your body, and I think it works exactly the same with grounds.
How many staff have you got full time?
We've got five staff here.
And the number of dogs in the kennel?
About 60.
And one aspect I must touch on, you've actually got a separate kennel block down the end of the field in the orchard for your retired dogs. And how many retired dogs are you looking after at the moment?
About 14, I think. But what can you do? They run their heart out for you, and you just can't push them out of the way. It's something that we've always done, so I expect we'll always will do it as well.
But some of the owners are looking after them?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah.
Is there any way you think that you can actually legislate a way to get people more responsible for their greyhounds after they finish racing?
It's very difficult. People, they enjoy their racing, but then, when they get old, it is difficult. I don't know what the percentages of owners that want to look after their dogs, but it's very difficult, and they are working dogs, and people buy them as a racing dog. But of course, if they're sort of living in London in a flat and got no chance of taking the animal, it is very difficult for them. And sometimes it stops owners from sort of buying new dogs in, if they're looking after old dogs. But it is difficult to know what to say or what to do. As I say, we keep quite a few. I've got quite a lot of dogs that are trained and run at Slough, so it just gives you some sort of idea. And we have the 84 TV trophy winner sitting on my couch in the front room. So she's part of home and everything, just walks around when she likes.
Right, so going back to modern day and the current dogs you have, Arthur, looks like you've got a good year ahead of you. Good luck in Ireland.
Well, I think we'll make our presence felt anyway. A little bit of luck, that's what you've got to have. and hopefully we'll get in. We've been to the semi-final. I think possibly this year would be the best team I've sent since Tico went out there and finished third. And that's the nearest any English trainer's got, I think, in Ireland, you know, out of a Derby winner. So hopefully we might go a little bit further.
That must have been a bit of a bad night for you, Tico, in '86.
Don't remember too much about it, but it was some, you know, when the penny dropped, it was quite... even now, when I look back, I see how difficult it is to... People spend fortunes on grounds and they can do this and do that. But it's very, very nerve-wracking, and looking back now, it was some sort of feat, but nice to have done it anyway.
Well, we wish continued success to Arthur and his dogs on the track, and also in the breeding paddocks as well, because Arthur intends to step up his rearing and breeding activities over the next few years. And here's some lovely pups by Fearless Action.